Good morning, Cedar Park High School. It's Wednesday, February 19th, and it's a B-Day. I'm Ellen Neal.
And I'm Evan Vines.
On the Wolfcast today, we have some important information for you on the possible changes happening to school hours, details on oral interpretation class,
The top 3 things, and a new edition of the Pack Chat.
Let's jump in because the Wolfcast starts now.
Leander ISD is asking the community what the district needs to consider when developing a plan to potentially adjust the start and end times of the school day.
Feedback gleaned from the responses will be taken back to a committee made up of board members, teachers, principals, and administrative staff for further study.
LISD is considering a school day schedule change to address several areas, which are outlined in this video. Take a look.
The start and length of a school day is a factor that directly impacts every single student, family, teacher, and staff member in Leander ISD. It impacts a parent's work schedule, a commuter's experience in traffic, and a student's learning time in our schools. After a committee reviewed the problem, potential solutions, and impact of school day changes, we're seeking more feedback from the broader community. We are considering a school day schedule change to address several areas, which I will outline here so you have context before giving us feedback. We ask a lot of our youngest learners. More time would give elementary school students more breaks for wiggle time, which could include more play, movement, and socialization breaks in between instruction. High school students tell us they need their advisory time, known as advocate, cave, den, pit, pride, or ranger, depending on their school. At the same time, special programs like IB and our career and technical courses have instructional minute requirements for certification. More times in the school day allows high school students to keep their tutorial time, their socialization time, and that independent work time that they get in advisory, while also meeting our requirements for some of our most popular programs. Finally, if we add time at elementary and high schools, we're exploring adding minutes to middle school as well, so students are in school the same amount of time. Transportation was the catalyst for these conversations. Families expressed concerns around traffic congestion across the district. We also can adjust our bus service model to a triple-tier system if we extend and adjust the school day. Like most districts in Austin, we've experienced years of driver shortages in Leander ISD. A triple-tier system allows most drivers to run 3 routes at drop-off and 3 at pickup, allowing for fewer drivers to cover more routes. This would help improve service quality. While no recommendation or decision has been made, we want to be transparent and give our community some sample new start times for you to review and consider in giving us feedback. Those times are starting elementary school at 7:40 instead of 7:45 a.m. and ending at 3 instead of 2:50 p.m. Starting middle school at 8:20 instead of 8:55 a.m. and ending at 3:40 instead of 4:05 p.m. And starting high school at 9 instead of 8:40 a.m. and ending at 4:20 instead of 3:45 p.m. We want to hear from our community about what the district should consider when developing a plan, and we want to know what the impact to our school start and end times would be to you. This will allow us to better understand the impact to our families. To recap, here are a few important things we need you to remember before giving us feedback. 1, no recommendation or decision has been made. 2, the impact to employees is critical to us, and we'll have to explore what a change would mean after a change is made, if a change is made. And 3, as a fast growth district, it's important to know that we don't anticipate saving any money by making this decision. This is based on being able to improve service quality and transportation and being able to improve our school learning time for our kids. Through Thought Exchange, you can leave individual thoughts, concerns, ideas, or comments as many times as you want, and then see what the greater community is saying and rate those thoughts. As we have the Thought Exchange open, it's important that you continue to give us feedback and go and look at what other members of our community are saying. We'll share these results with our entire community and our Board of Trustees as they continue evaluating a possible change. Thank you for your time and your participation. If you want to keep following, please visit us at leanderisd.org/conversations.
The district says they want to hear from our community about what they should consider when developing a plan, and they want to know what the impact to school start and end times would be to you. Thoughts can be shared on an online survey.
The submission window will close tomorrow. The results with the entire community and the Board of Trustees as they continue evaluating this possible change. You can find the link to the survey on our Twitter or Instagram at CPHS News.
Oral interpretation is a class where students take sections from literary pieces to create a story to perform.
I've been taking this class for 3 years. It's honestly so much fun. I love it personally. It is part of the speech and debate kind of team. We go to Six Flags every year, and I love it. It's really fun. I made a lot of friends, and Miss Asbill is a great teacher.
This class helps people get comfortable with themselves. It teaches kids how to act and present in front of crowds and how to express themselves. This is a similar class at theater, but oral interpretation focuses on individual presentations instead of a large production. Oral interpretation is part of the speech/debate team, which looks good on a college transcript, and students can get points for NSDA Honor Society, which is second to the National Honor Society when it comes to college admission officers. If you have any questions about this class, talk to Ms. Asbill in room 1019.
Bowling has its final meet of the season against Round Rock on Friday. This meet will not only determine the team's final place in district on the season, but will also determine if the team will move on to regionals. Since the team's start in 2018, the team has never advanced to regionals, according to senior bowler Ian Cheek.
I'm really looking forward to playing Round Rock. They've been a really big competitor of ours, and we beat them once, and it's time for us to do it again. Biggest challenge, probably for all of us, is going to be keeping our composure. It's like not getting frustrated with ourselves. So if we can keep our composure and like our team attitude, we can easily take the win. It's actually really emotional because I only started bowling 2 years ago when Addie Bates told me to join the team. And I just kind of fell in love with it. So this being my last game is very sad or important to me.
The meet this Friday will be in Georgetown and will begin at 5:30. Coming up next are your top 3 things.
But first, a word from our sponsor.
Smoky Moe's Barbecue, the best barbecue that money can buy. Proudly supporting Cedar Park High School.
Good morning, I'm Kylan Manning with your top 3 things you need to know this morning. First, Cambodian cruise ship passengers are declared virus-free after waiting on the ship after about 2 weeks quarantine due to the coronavirus. Next, Mercury is in retrograde this year, which means that the planet appears to go backwards in orbit 3 times, and the first one has already started back on February 16th and will go on through March 9th. Finally, an Indian city has built a 1,640-foot wall to hide the slums during Namaste Trump visit, and he expects 7 million people to greet him on stage.
Thanks, Kylan. Going back to that first thing, the coronavirus and the cruise ship that had to just wait while they're under quarantine.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter this guy that was on the ship. He filmed it, and he was stuck in his room for so long, and it was just he said it was the worst thing ever.
I can't imagine. And finding out that nobody had the coronavirus too.
Was which is such a blessing. Yeah, and safety first,
I
right?
guess. I guess. Thanks, Kylan. Now take a look at these announcements.
Hello, Cedar Park. I'm Ella Neal, and welcome back to our opinion segment, The Pack Chat. In this segment, I'm joined every Wednesday by co-hosts Victor Martinez and Addie Bates, along with a guest co-host to discuss the week's most trending topics. We will also be asking for your thoughts on social media for us to share on the show. With that said, let's get started with our first trending topic of the morning. First up, gun rights activist Caitlin Bennett says she was met with a riot during her visit to Ohio University. Bennett said she was met with a crowd of furious protesters when she showed up to the Ohio University campus on President's Day. The campus police responded, saying the clash was not violent, did not result in any arrests, and did not rise to the level of a riot. So I know everyone on this panel has, kind of some feelings about Caitlin Bennett. But like, what are your thoughts of like, kind of like the disagreements, kind of from like both sides? And how like, was it supposed to be handled like on a college campus?
I mean, although I disagree with like pretty much everything that's ever come out of Caitlin Bennett's mouth, I just think that like she could have been met with like I think it would have been more powerful to just like kill her with kindness. Like she was met with like, even though it maybe didn't like arise to like a super violent level, like I think that there was like a better way to go around. Like people were shouting like personal insults at her, and I feel like if people had just like taken the opportunity of her being on campus to speak out about what they believe in, or speak out against like maybe like her political beliefs, or like the way that she like harasses some people, that would have been a lot more effective.
Yeah, but like in a way, I almost think like, I don't know, I mean, if y'all have seen a video of hers, like when you act like that towards other people, people aren't gonna like you. You know, if you shove a microphone in someone's face and don't even, like she doesn't care what other people have to say though, is the thing about that. Like there's no way that you could have like showed her or said like nicely your opinion, because she would have just said something even ruder back to you.
Well, here's my whole take on this. Like regardless of who you are, like if you regardless of race, gender, anything like that, if you're gonna spew hate out into this world and you want to make people offended on purpose, do not get hurt when people throw back at you. Like expect that.
But I don't even think that on the inside that's like hurting her. Like it's like bad and she's like reacting badly, but I feel like she went there.
She wants this though.
She wants that
She
reaction.
wants this attention.
She wants that reaction. Exactly. Like she just wants to like be able to say like, oh, like the left is this like terrible, like violent, like, and they're getting into these riots just because I have my own beliefs, and people are gonna believe that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just overall just a it's just a ridiculous situation. Next, Jake Paul is being called out over his comments about anxiety. The YouTuber turned boxer claimed in a now deleted post that people have the power to cure anxiety themselves. The tweet said, "Remember, anxiety is created by you. Sometimes you gotta let life play out and remind yourself to be happy and that the answers will come. Go for a walk, talk to a friend." He later accused people of clowning his comments and claimed to be spreading awareness about the issue. I mean, what do y'all think about that?
In my opinion, like people that are not well informed are gonna say things that like they don't actually mean. Like this is like something like it doesn't make sense. I think this is his personal opinion. Obviously this hurt a lot of people. Should he have said it? No, but he thinks he's spreading awareness when I think he's just dragging in negative attention. So I don't know. I think awareness is not the right word to use there either.
I just think that he just like needs to get himself informed on like what anxiety actually is for people, because it's not something that like they can control.
Exactly, and it kind of makes it look like it's a joke that like it could almost just like go away by taking a walk, when I mean, serious anxiety, that's not the case.
What do you think, Abby?
I think that he needs to, like you said, like learn more about like how it is and how it can be like mental and medically and everything, because he's just like saying it, he doesn't really know like how it can affect people, and it could like take a toll on a lot of people, I think.
Exactly. And finally, something a little more lighthearted this morning. Movies that left you the most traumatized is trending on Twitter. So, which ones are there for you?
Okay, when I was younger, I remember walking in the living room and Jeepers Creepers, the very end was on because we were trying to watch a movie afterwards. And I just remember the song at the end, the way the guy looked, and I was carrying this garbage can, and I remember I could not sleep. And even to this day, there are some nights I'm like, wait a minute, it's dark. To be honest with you, that traumatized me.
I remember when I was really little, the end of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone terrified me. Like
when he takes it off
with the Voldemort on the back of his head. Like little kid me had to sleep with the lights on.
Oh my gosh.
Love it.
For me, Coraline.
Oh for
my
sure.
God.
Who even comes up with that kind of stuff? I'm just like,
Tim Burton
button
does.
as eyes? Little scary.
What about you?
Yeah, honestly, the Harry Potter and the second one with the big snake.
That one
was a little
pretty
too much
bad.
for me when I was younger.
That's all we have for today's Pack Chat. We'd love to know what your thoughts are on today's topic, so head over to our Insta story at CPHS News to vote in our poll. We'll see you back here next week, and don't forget, T-Wolf Pack, there's always time to chat.
Thanks, Ella, and thank you to the Pack Chat. Don't forget you can catch anything you missed on today's show on our YouTube channel. Just search CPHS News. Make sure to watch tomorrow's show over a story over culinary, a T-Wolf Spotlight with Luke Johnson, and your top 3. Remember to make it a great day, or not, the choice is yours. Have a phenomenal day, Cedar Park.